Welcome to the front room, everybody. I'm Kai, and I'm here with my dad.
Thanks for joining us today.
We're going to go back to one of our fan favorite artists, and that is Eminem.
Oh, Marshall Mathers. Great.
Correct, yeah. We've covered a lot of Eminem songs.
Yeah, we have.
As you know.
Yeah, we've covered, let me think if I can remember, we've covered Rock Bottom, Kim, Bonnie and Clyde, Stan, and My Name Is. That could be it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's it. And then we did Renegade and Patiently Waiting as some really good features.
Till I Collapse.
Yeah. We're going to go back to just like his own stuff from 2004. So I think that is the most recent Eminem song we would have covered on the channel.
Oh, really?
Still a long time ago, obviously.
So all the other ones we did were way in the past.
Yeah, and we're going to be checking out a song called Mockingbird. It was highly requested from our last video. Quite a touching song. Okay. It's from his album Encore.
Encore.
This is the cover. Similar to...
yes.
Till I Collapse's
album
cover,
also
right?
It shows him on stage. The colors are red mainly.
Yeah, the Eminem show. The curtains.
Right.
Yeah. This time he's taking more of a bow. So I take that as him being a little bit more established, because before he was sitting down and the mic was standing. But here he's...
Right. Looking rather dignified in that snazzy suit. Okay.
So I don't think there's really much else to say.
Okay.
I'm really excited to get into it. This is one of the first Eminem songs I ever heard. And it was one of the first songs that gave me a closer look into sort of a difficult family dynamic. Yeah. One of the first pieces of art.
In music or in art.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So it sort of has that place in my heart.
Yeah, right. Sort of opened a window to something that you were kind of unfamiliar with.
Yeah, and perhaps it will relate to you in some way as well. Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, so shall we get into it?
Absolutely.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. I know sometimes things may not always make sense to you right now. But hey, what Daddy always tell you, straighten up, little soldier. Stiffen up that upper lip. What you crying about? You got me. Haley, I know you miss your mom, and I know you miss your dad when I'm gone, but I'm trying to give you the life that I never had. I can see you sad, even when you smile, even when you laugh. I can see it in your eyes, deep inside you wanna cry, cause you're scared. I ain't there, Daddy's with you in your prayers. No more crying, wipe them tears. Daddy's here, no more nightmares. We gon' pull together through it, we gon' do it. Laney uncle's crazy, ain't he? Yeah, but he loves you, girl, and you better know it. We're all we got in this world, when it spins, when it swirls, when it whirls, when it twirls. Two little beautiful girls looking puzzled in a daze. I know it's confusing you. Daddy's always on the move, mama's always on the news. I try to keep you sheltered from it, but somehow it seems the harder that I try to do that, the more it backfires on me. All the things growing up as daddy that he had to see, daddy don't want you to see, but you see just as much as he did. We did not plan it to be this way, your mother and me, but things have got so bad between us. I don't see us ever being together ever again, like we used to be when we was teenagers. But then of course everything always happens for a reason. I guess it was never meant to be, but it's just something we have no control over, and that's what destiny is. But no more worries, rest your head and go to sleep. Maybe one day we'll wake up and this'll all just be a dream. Now hush, little baby, don't you cry. Everything's gonna be alright. Stiffen that upper lip up, little lady. I told ya, Daddy's here to hold ya through the night. I know mommy's not here right now, and we don't know why. We feel how we feel inside. It may seem a little crazy, pretty baby, but I promise mama's gonna be alright. It's funny, I remember back one year when Daddy had no money. Mommy wrapped the Christmas presents up and stuck them under the tree and said some of them were from me, cause Daddy couldn't buy them. I'll never forget that Christmas. I sat up the whole night crying, cause Daddy felt like a bum. See, Daddy had a job, but his job was to keep the food on the table for you and Mom. And at the time, every house that we lived in either kept getting broken into and robbed or shot up on the block. And your mom was saving money for you in a jar, trying to start a piggy bank for you so you could go to college. Almost had $1,000 till someone broke in and stole it. And I know it hurt so bad it broke your mama's heart, and it seemed like everything was just starting to fall apart. Mom and Dad was arguing a lot, so Mama moved back on the Chalmers in a flat, one-bedroom apartment, and Dad moved back to the other side of 8 Mile on Novara. And
I'm waiting for something to happen because Eminem's video is a lot of his songs where he's telling a story about his life or something.
Yeah.
Things change up and it gets, well, don't change. Things get more and more intense. And by the end of it, he's just furious, you know. But I've got a feeling this may not end that way for some reason. It's so mellow. It's so much more mellow than anything I've heard of his. And tender, you know.
Yeah.
And it looks like a good family. I mean, he had the camera. He's taking home videos, and they look like they're devoted parents. So I'm just wondering. I don't know anything about the story of him and his wife, other than what I've heard through the couple of songs.
Yeah.
About Kim.
Yeah.
So I don't know the background. I don't know what happened. So I'm curious to know that, but I'm sure that won't be in this video. That'll be.
Yeah, that's something that if you listen to more of his albums, and especially we're just active in terms of the news at that time, right? You just catch it.
Yeah, because she was on the news. That was obviously the news.
It is the news. I didn't
know his wife was on the news.
Yeah, he was saying how mom was not around.
Yeah,
she's on the run.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
She
really?
Got in some trouble, and she had I think an ankle bracelet, and she cut it off, and she just ran away from from that. Yeah. So she was literally on the run. And you know, with Rock Bottom that you love, he was talking about pretty humble beginnings, and how things were really tough to get by.
Yeah, very much so.
That was with Kim, right? So they had to go through that together. That was tough. And then once the stardom came, he was talking about in this video how dad's always doing his job. He's touring and stuff like that. Right. Mom's gonna have to deal with the kids and other stuff that she has going on. Right. So there's that new type of struggle with stardom. And I think it's really revealing. And I think you'd agree that for him to put actual home video like this. It
is. Wow.
But that's, I guess, the type of person that Eminem is. He's revealed so much about his life. And he almost he doesn't owe it, but the person that he is, I think he feels like he might owe an explanation to the world through basically a letter to his future daughter. Right. Or not his future, older daughter.
His future adult daughter. Yeah.
Because he's addressing you were this.
Yes.
And
it's very it's very mellow sounding, and I'm just listening to the content of the lyrics. I'm not noticing if he's using all of those great poetic devices that he does incorporate in all the songs I've heard. The vowel rhyming, what's that called? Assonance, and the that he uses.
He still does it. He's so smooth about it. But
I'm not noticing it.
But he dumbs it down a little bit more because it's a letter to his daughter, which is, I think, really smart. Yeah. Because he's changing his delivery for the audience. Right. And even though we're listening to it, it can reach the masses because it's so just palpable, but also for his daughter at the time in the future. You don't want...
the letter isn't to show off your skill at rapping. Yeah. It's more just to communicate something to her in an honest way, right? Yeah. Cool.
Cool. Yeah. So that's the song so far. Okay, let's I'll rewind a bit, and you can catch how he kind of has that more, not just laid back delivery, but just style and stuff like that.
Every house that we lived in either kept getting broken into and robbed or shot up on the block, and your mom was saving money for you in a jar, trying to start a piggy bank for you so you could go to college. Almost had $1,000 till someone broke in and stole it, and I know it hurt so bad it broke your mama's heart, and it seemed like everything was just starting to fall apart.
The piano accompaniment is really nice.
So mama moved back on the Chalmers in a flat 1-bedroom apartment, and dad moved back to the other side of 8 Mile on Novara, and that's when daddy went to California with his CD and met Dr. Dre and flew you and mama out to see me, but daddy had to work, you and mama had to leave me. Then you started seeing daddy on the TV and mama didn't like it, and you and Laney were too young to understand it. Papa was a rolling stone, mama developed a habit, and it all happened too fast for either one of us to grab it. I'm just sorry you were there and had to witness it firsthand, cause all I ever wanted to do was just make you proud. Now I'm sitting in this empty house, just reminiscing, looking at your baby pictures. It just trips me out to see how much you both have grown. It's almost like your sisters now. Wow, guess you pretty much are, and Daddy's still here. Laney, I'm talking to you too. Daddy's still here. I like the sound of that chair. It's got a ring to it, don't it? Shh, Mama's only gone for the moment. Now hush, little baby, don't you cry. Everything's gonna be alright. Stiffen that upper lip up, little lady. I told ya, Daddy's here to hold ya through the night. I know Mommy's not here right now, and we don't know.
Beautiful
why.
chorus.
Yeah.
How we feel inside.
His sort of imperfect vocals make it that much more vulnerable.
Sounds like a nursery. It's taken from a nursery rhyme. It has that. What is it? Hush, little mama, don't you cry.
Hush, little baby.
Hush,
yeah.
little baby. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I think I knew it when I was a kid. I've
It has
forgotten the words.
Mockingbird in that nursery rhyme as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's
Right.
interpolating that.
Yeah.
So that also fits perfectly with communicating with the daughter, right?
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly that's one that he sung to her. That makes it that much personal.
Could very well be.
Yeah. And then this is when the chorus changes a little bit, so I'll just rewind.
Under that chair, it's got a ring to it, don't it? Shh, Mama's only gone for the moment. Now hush, little baby, don't you cry. Everything's gonna be alright. Stiffen that upper lip up, little lady. I told ya, Daddy's here to hold ya through the night.
So then
I
that's
know
them
Mommy's not
around this
here
time
right now,
when
and we
they're
don't know why.
bigger.
We feel how
Bigger,
we
and
feel
he's not a
inside.
part
It
of
may
it.
seem a little crazy, pretty baby, but I promise Mama's gonna be alright. And if you ask me to, Daddy's gonna buy you a Mockingbird. I'ma give you the world. I'ma buy a diamond ring for you. I'ma sing for you. I'll do anything for you to see you smile. And if that Mockingbird don't sing and that ring don't shine, I'ma break that birdie's neck. I go back to the jeweler who sold it to you and make him meet every carat. Don't f with that.
Yeah, definitely a different side of Eminem. Mm-hmm. There's none of that angst. There's none of that anger that characterizes a lot of the songs I've heard of his.
Yeah.
I thought it might go that way. I thought he may turn this around and have it be a song where he gets on Kim's case.
Yeah.
But he's not. He mentions her having trouble with the law and being addicted, but he doesn't say it in a nasty way.
Yeah, that's also refreshing.
You know?
Right?
Yeah. Almost as if he's telling his kid that your parents aren't perfect. I'm preoccupied with my work. Your mom's got some issues. Mm-hmm. But he's not being super critical of either of the two of them in this song.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because things happen to people in life, right?
Yeah.
People have ambitions. They have issues that they're struggling with. Interesting.
Yeah. And so there's Haley, his daughter.
So there were the two kids.
Yeah.
One of them's Haley and one of them is
Lainey or
Who's
Lena.
Lainey? His other kid?
No, not his other kid. Kim has a twin sister,
Right.
and that's her daughter.
Oh,
And
okay.
they took care of her.
I see.
So,
Yeah.
At
So
one
they
point in
grew
the
up
song-
like sisters.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he says like he's the uncle of Lainey in the song, but then
Yeah.
at the end he also says that like he's daddy when he's saying, hey, like Lainey, like I'm also daddy because I care about you that much. Like
Right.
that's
Right.
the position I want to take.
Yeah. Yeah, another side of Eminem. I feel for the guy, you know. How many parents around the world are in that position watching old home movies of their family that they can no longer be with?
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's tough, right?
Also, something that I like about it is how he doesn't talk about their different faults that much. Just talks about how he is compassionate towards some of the bad experiences that the both of them had, especially Haley had through being brought up by them in their situation. But he doesn't dwell too much on the bad things, which if he's sort of sending a letter to his daughter, the point is that he really loves her and did
it
everything
is.
that
Yeah.
he could.
Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's the appropriate way to. I don't know if it overall. I felt a more emotional. I think about Rock Bottom. In terms of the story he was telling about his life and the struggles.
Yeah.
more than this particular song,
Yeah.
but it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't relate to this in the same way because my parents stayed together. And I'm trying to think, well, not all of my friends growing up had parents who stayed together, but I wasn't able to really, look into that situation and see what was going on. So having this, the home movie idea was really good, and it just gives a certain intimacy to the whole video that you wouldn't have otherwise if it had been recorded in a studio.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please let us know some other Eminem songs that we should check out, perhaps something more recent. And otherwise, have a great day.
See ya.